Who cares if this person likes me? Do I like them? Do they have the values that I want? And I think that so many of us fall into this trap. And instead of asking ourselves, do I actually like him? Do I even want to be in this friendship or this relationship, whatever it might be, we get super tunnel vision about being picked. And we start to bend over backwards to be likable, maybe ignoring some of the red flags or our own needs. Welcome to What If It All Goes Right, the show for high achievers who are ready to stop fearing the worst and start stepping into their power. I'm your host, Angela Gargano, 6-time American Ninja Warrior, keynote speaker, peak performance coach, and former biochemist. Every episode, I'm going to give you the mindset shifts and practical tools to shake off the doubt, reignite your energy, and remember just how powerful you really are. Because it's time to stop fearing the worst and start asking, what if it all goes right? What if it's already going right? We've all been guilty of it. Sitting back and hoping for someone to notice us. Hoping the right client just finds us. Hoping that the promotion just lands right in our lap. The invitation magically shows up in our inbox. But here's the hard truth. Waiting to be chosen keeps you small. The people you see moving fast, building momentum, creating opportunities, there's one thing they're not doing, and it's waiting. They're choosing themselves. So let's break this down. First, we'll look at the 5 most common ways people fall into the trap of waiting to be chosen. Then I'll walk you through the 8 reasons why this strategy never works. And finally, we'll end with practical action steps you can take right now to flip the script and start choosing yourself. And literally, to start being what I like to say, the chooser. So the question is, why do people wait to be chosen instead of just being the chooser? Let's take a close look at some of the most common reasons that this happens. The first one is the whole, I hope he likes me, energy in dating and friendships. And I think this is really important because I had a friend one day who asked me, I was out with somebody and she asked me, oh, do you like this guy? And I was like, I don't know. Maybe. I'm like, does he like me? And then she was like, no, girl. She was like, you need to be certain. Do you like him? And after she said that, I was like, oh my goodness, you're right. Who cares if this person likes me? Do I like them? Do they have the values that I want? And I think that so many of us fall into this trap. And instead of asking ourselves, do I actually like him? Do I even want to be in this friendship or this relationship, whatever it might be, we get super tunnel vision about being picked. And we start to bend over backwards to be likable. Maybe ignoring some of the red flags or our own needs. We confuse attention with compatibility. And then when it doesn't work out, we honestly feel devastated. Like, why didn't this person choose me? When really the better question all along was, did I even like them in the first place? Number 2, if my content is good, clients will find me. If my client is good, clients will find me. Now, this is a huge one in business. People think if they just post enough, that the right clients and the right opportunities will just magically appear. But here's the thing. Content is not a vending machine. You don't put in a post and get out paying clients. That's just not how it works. The real conversions happen with conversations. They happen with DMs, with emails, with Zoom calls, with true actual connection. And if you're only posting and not actually reaching out to people, you're waiting to be chosen by the algorithm instead of choosing to create momentum yourself. And don't go back and be like, well, my content's just not good enough or this or whatever it might be. Okay? Go through, reflect on it, And then you can go out and you can decide, you can say, hey, I'm going to go find these clients that I know I can serve. And I think that's a really important piece here because we can continue to get in this whole victim mindset of no one's coming to me. I'm not good enough. This person's so much better than me. But I bet you those people are actually putting in the work. They're having in conversations and they're taking it one step further because they're not waiting to just find them. And this same thing happens with speaking in general. You think, oh, well, I spoke on one stage or I spoke on TEDx and I'm just going to get all the clients. You still got to go out, right? You might have some that come to you, but you still got to go out and be the chooser. Find those people that you know you could help. Number 3, you'll all get invited to speak when I'm ready. You'd be shocked how many talented people sit on the sidelines and they're waiting for someone to offer them a stage. And they tell themselves they'll pitch once they're ready. Once I have the right the exact messaging, which usually means never. You just keep waiting and procrastinating it and procrastinate it. And you think that one magical event planner will just stumble across the Instagram and say, you're perfect for our keynote. But behind the scenes, the people on those stages, they are literally sitting there pitching themselves. This is like the quiet stuff you are not seeing. They're sitting in there and they're saying the most successful speakers I've seen, that they're sending out like 100. Some were sending 100 email outreaches a day. Cold. They create the speaking reel. They reach out to the organizers and they ask. Waiting is passive. Where pitching is powerful. You're going to have so much more likely of a chance. And if you're sitting here just being like, well, I'm worried that I'm worried that they're going to say no. Or I'm worried that, I'm going to reach out and they're going to be like, what the heck? Who cares? Who cares? Just go do it. Try it. The only way you truly fail is if you didn't actually give it a shot. And those people, there's some people that you might see on stages or with content or with certain clients, you're kind of you're like, I'm better than them, right? I have really great content, or I know that I can serve people even better, but they're being the chooser. We're going to go out and find them. And it's the one thing that you might be missing, you might not be doing right now. The 4th one I hear so commonly is that if I don't get the promotion, it's because it wasn't meant to be. It's like you just kind of give up on it. And this one's sneaky because it sounds like you're surrendering, but it's really avoidance. People convince themselves that if they don't get the promotion or they don't get promoted, it's just fate. Oh, it's just not meant to be. But the truth is, promotions usually go to the people who advocate for themselves, the people who schedule the meeting with their boss, present their wins, and outline the role they want next are the ones that are going to get it. And if you're waiting for the manager to notice your hard work without speaking up, you're relying on chance instead of choice. When you can be the chooser, you can decide that I'm going to go all in and go for it. Number 5, they didn't answer my email, so I guess I'm not it. This one breaks my heart. And I feel like I've personally been sensing this feeling a lot lately because I'm sending out a lot of emails to event planners to get speaking gigs, right? And I was wondering, and I was fearful, and I was freezing and paralyzed and not sending out these emails. And for a second, I asked myself, why am I so scared to send out this email? And it was because I was scared that they weren't going to get back to me. I was scared that maybe they were going to reject me. And then I realized something. And you might have heard this story before on my podcast, but way back in the day, this is back in 2016, I wanted to be on the cover of Oxygen magazine. So instead of waiting for chance and waiting for them to find me, because I was just some girl in Rhode Island who didn't have anything at that point, I didn't have any kind of accolades, I was just fit. I was fit in doing fitness competitions. I decided to Photoshop myself on the cover of the magazine. This is a little bit crazy, by the way, but sometimes doing stuff like this is a little bit crazy, but also that's where the best ideas come from, when it's a little delulu. And I didn't just send it out to info@oxygenmagazine.com. I sent it to accounting@oxygenmagazine.com. I sent it to info, all the names that I saw on there, every single department. I sent out an email with myself photoshopped on the cover like a crazy person. And do you think I heard back? No. Of course I didn't hear back. I did not hear back. But what I did do is I marked a point in my calendar where I decided I'm going to follow up every single month over and over again until I get an answer. Until finally, months later, I get an answer from the editor-in-chief saying that she is doing a shoot in Connecticut in a church basement, mind you. And she was like, "Are you available?" And I'm like, "Of course I'm available. Like, drop everything." And that started the opportunity. That was the first piece that started my journey to wind up getting a cover in 2023. So yes, it was years later, but that would have never happened if I didn't have the courage and just took the freaking chance and sent the email. And I just want to go back to you for a second because it totally breaks my heart. You know, you finally maybe get brave enough to send the email and then you don't hear anything. And then instead of following up, you make it mean something about you and your worth. And you say, well, I guess I suck. I guess I wasn't good enough. But silence almost never means no. It usually means maybe they're busy. Maybe the email got buried. Or maybe the timing just wasn't right now. And the people who land the big deals are the ones who are literally following up. And they're following up again. And they're following up again. Not the ones who quit right after they tried just once. So now that we've looked at the sneaky ways this whole pick-me mindset shows up in everyday life, let's just go a little bit deeper, right? Because knowing the trap is only half of the story. The real shift happens when you understand why waiting doesn't work. Number one, you are outsourcing your power. So when you wait, you hand over the authority to someone else. And you're basically saying, you decide if I'm worthy. And that literally is going to keep you powerless. The people who build momentum are the ones with their hands on the wheel, and they are the ones steering. And I'll say it again because I love saying it. They are the chooser. They are the chooser. You, I'm going to try to say you who's listening right now. You are the chooser, not them. You get to decide. Number two, you lose control of your timeline. Nobody cares more about your timeline than you do. And if you want something to happen in 6 months, in 3 months, in a year, you cannot wait for someone to tap you on the shoulder. You have to advocate for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to let years slip by while you're still waiting for the right time, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the person to choose you, waiting for the promotion to maybe somehow show up for you. Number three, you assume that others are better than you. This happens so much and it's so easy, especially with social media right now, right? It's a comparison trap. Because we often assume that the people who are getting the opportunities are smarter, maybe they're more talented, maybe they're just more connected. But most of the time, they're just less afraid to ask. They're just going for it. And they put themselves in the running. And I'm sure if you ask them, they've asked multiple times and had people say no, but they just keep showing up anyway. They were willing to risk getting the no while you stayed quiet. That is truly actually what the real difference is. That's it. They're not better than you. Again, you might even be more knowledgeable than them. But they just had the courage and they just decided that they are going to be the one who takes the wheel and doesn't allow life to just kind of happen to them. They are the chooser. Number 4, failure is better than waiting. Let's be real here. Failure is just going to give you data. It's going to give you lessons. It's going to give you resilience. Waiting gives you nothing. So if you pitch and you get rejected, you walk away so much sharper. If you wait, you walk away empty-handed. Failure moves you forward while leaving, just by waiting, it's just going to leave you stuck. And I love to look at it like this, and I've been telling a lot of clients and my friends this, right? Why not look at whatever it is that you're going for and that you're trying when you're nervous about the whole fear of failure, and you say to yourself, this is just an experiment. It's just an experiment. Because when you think of it as an experiment, you are literally never going to lose. It's literally never going to feel like a failure because you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm going to give it a shot and I don't fail. I just collect data and then I can adjust from there, or I can try again, or I can come at it from a different angle. How powerful is that? Number 5, opportunities don't come to you. You create the opportunities. Because the best opportunities, they rarely land in your lap. They're created by following up, by networking, by pitching, by showing up, by just launching the damn course or the program that you've been wanting to, or the coaching that you've been wanting, just doing it. And every door you see someone walk through was usually one they had to knock on themselves. Waiting makes it look like nothing's available, when in reality, you just haven't gone knocking yet. And there's so many people that this is related to. And there's two that I think are really important that I want to share here on the podcast today, where number one, obsessed with her. She's a great speaker, Jen Gottlieb. I loved her because she said that, people weren't saying yes to her to be on speaking stages. So she decided to make her own stage. And where was her own stage? From her phone in her pocket. She made her own stage. Now she's like one of the top speakers. For me, I look back, obviously, talking about Oxygen magazine. But another thing that truly happened with that was with even my courses in general. I remember after I helped the editor-in-chief of Women's Health magazine get her first pull-up in 12 days, which is super wild. And now I've helped, thousands of women get their first pull-up. I remember pitching the idea to Women's Health over and over again. Hey, I'm like, women need this. I'm like, this helping women get their pull-up literally changed their life. I was like, we need to do some kind of program or something. And I just kept pitching it over and over again. Hey, can we do it? Hey, can we do it? Can we do it? And nobody got back to me. And I remember one day being so frustrated. I'm like, why don't they see that this is just the best idea? And like, it's going to change so many people's lives. And then I said, you know what? What am I waiting for? So that's when I decided to create it on my own. I had no idea what I was doing, but I decided I'm going to create this pull-up program on my own. And thank goodness I did. Because now look what it's done. Now we've had thousands of women go through it and get their first pull-up and change their life. But if I didn't take that chance, it would have never happened. Literally still to this day, I was waiting to do a whole little mini awesome. I did a little mini program in there, but still didn't get chosen for that. But it's okay. Because I decided to create my own opportunity. And that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you here. Like, you can create your own opportunity. You can. Number 6, perfection is a moving target. The amount of times I've heard, I'll do it when I'm ready, is a trap. Because the more you prepare, the more flaws that you'll wind up seeing. I can do this better. Maybe I need to take the other course. I don't have enough knowledge, whatever it might be. The more you convince yourself that it's not time yet. Perfection isn't real. There's never going to be a perfect time. You're never going to have the perfect knowledge for something. The people who succeed are the ones who launch it messy and they improve as they go. And they get better through action. I've seen a lot of my friends and colleagues and people around me, they're really stuck in not maybe opening that online coaching business, right? Because they keep thinking they need to get another certification. Oh, if I get another certification, then I'll feel knowledgeable enough. Honestly, the certifications are great. I say go for it. Keep getting certifications and keep having the knowledge. But the knowledge truly comes from just starting the damn thing and like actually working with people and then adjusting as you go. And if anyone is an advocate of messy action, that's me. Sometimes too messy. Sometimes too messy action. But I'm not scared to go for it. I'm not scared to go for it. And neither should you be. Number 7, silence builds stories that aren't true. So when you wait, your brain is going to start to fill up and it's going to start to fill in the blanks with worst case scenarios. It's literally going to go to what if it all goes wrong? What if it all goes wrong? What if it all goes wrong? They didn't reply to my email because I'm not good enough. I didn't get picked because I don't belong here. But silence rarely means rejection. It usually means, again, they're busy, they're distracted, they forgot. The people who were emailing, the people that we're trying to work with, they're just human beings also. They're just trying to figure out their life. That's what I've realized so much. So waiting gets you in this whole inner critic and this wild, and action keeps you anchored in reality. Your brain rarely is going to be like, what if it all goes right? Like that's what we want to start to change our mindset to be. Like, screw it. Cool, my brain's telling me what if this all goes wrong? I'm going to say, what if it all goes right? I'm going to go for it. What if I just go for it no matter what and it's already going to go right? Number 8, waiting feels safe, but it's actually riskier. So here's the twist. Waiting feels safe because you're going to avoid rejection, but it's actually the riskiest move you can make. Why? Because while you're waiting, somebody else is already starting to ask and they're just going for it. Someone else is following up. Someone else is walking away with the opportunity that could have been yours. So the longer you wait, the smaller chances that you get. Whew, I'm feeling heated. Okay, so now that we know the patterns and we know why they keep us stuck, that's awesome. But awareness without action will not change anything. And here on What If It All Goes Right, I like to give you action steps. It's the coach in me. So let's flip all of this into power moves, things you could actually do. And here's how to actually put this into motion so you stop waiting and you start creating. Number 1, start auditioning, start casting. So waiting is like standing in line hoping to get picked, but you're not auditioning for someone else's play. You are casting your own. You are the chooser. You're going to flip it. You get to decide who fits into your story, whether that's a client, a relationship, or an opportunity that you actually want. And I even do this now with my clients. I'm so selective with who I actually work with now. When they come in to chat with me, and if you ever want to work one-on-one with me for coaching or for consulting in business, when I hop on a call with somebody, it's 1 to see if hey, can I actually serve this person? 2, is this person the right fit for me as a coach? And if they're not the right fit for me, I can give them somewhere else to go. And man, that makes things so much more relaxed when you're on a call, right? Because you're like, wait, I'm the chooser. I'm going to choose if you can work with me. It switches everything around. Number 2, silence is not rejection. It's a reminder to knock louder. Knock louder. So instead of assuming, again, silence means you're not it, reframe it as that, oh, they didn't hear me yet. It's not a no. It's an invitation to show up again, clearer and louder. I remember I had one person that I reached out to multiple times over and over again, and she's like, listen, it's not a no, it's just a not right now, because she had other things that she was doing because she was a human. Number 3, trade being ready for being visible. Because like we said, readiness is a myth, but visibility is what creates opportunities. People don't choose the most prepared person. They choose the person they can see. They can see. And if you're hiding behind that I'm not ready, then you're invincible. They don't even know that you're not even in the ring. So get visible, then improve in public. Number 4, treat every no as proof that you are in the arena. A no means you had the courage to ask. If you're not collecting no's, you're not even playing the game. Start tracking them like they're trophies, because the more no's you collect, the closer you are to a yes. I had this client I was working with, Martha, she's absolutely incredible. And she was telling me one day that she's like, oh, I'm on a mission right now to get as many freaking no's as possible. And I was like, I like that. She wasn't like, oh, I'm trying to get a yes. She's like, no, I'm going to try and get as many no's as possible, because that means that she was like, I'm in the rank. I'm just going to do the thing. And I love the flip and the reframe of that. So hopefully you can use that too. Number 5, create your own stage instead of waiting for one. Don't wait for a conference or a brand to hand you the mic. Hence, the mic I have here right now. You build your own platform. Start the damn podcast. Host the damn workshop. Run the webinar. The people on the big stages often start on their own tiny ones, just like I went back and told you about Jen. She's like, cool, you guys aren't going to come back and put me on stage? Cool, I'm going to create my own voice. I'm just going to do the thing. Number 6, replace manifestation with manufacturing. So it's great to visualize and align your energy, but manifestation without motion is just daydreaming. You can't just sit there and just be like, manifesting, I'm not going to take any action, right? You got to take aligned action. Opportunities aren't attracted to you because you just want them and you're thinking about them. They're created because you build them. So shifting from manifesting to manufacturing, and again, a reminder, you can sit there, and I'm a huge believer in manifestation, but it's got to be manifestation along with aligned action, along with just being detached from the outcome and knowing that, again, you showing up and just being in the arena is enough. And number 7, stop asking for permission. Start issuing invitations. When you are waiting to be chosen, you're begging for permission. But leaders, they don't ask for permission. They extend the invitations. Invite people into your vision. Invite clients to work with you. Invite decision makers to say yes. Invitations create momentum. Permissions is what is going to keep you stuck. And lastly, here we are. We're here at the action items. And this is how you're going to take all this info, all this fired up motivation now, and you're actually going to do this thing. You're going to put this into motion. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pitch yourself weekly. So whatever this is for you. Maybe set a target. One podcast, one stage, one collaboration pitch every single week. Don't wait for an invite. Be the one sending. Like I said, I'm literally sending out emails every single day for speaking. Number 2, follow the rule of 3. If you don't hear back, you're going to follow up 3 times. On day 3, on day 7, and on day 14. Because most people give up after just one. And the ones who keep going are the ones who win. Number 3, keep a brag file. Track your wins, your testimonials, your results, your big milestones in one document. And use it to remind yourself that you're worthy and to make pitching so much easier since you already have proof points that you're ready, that this works. Number 4, create your own stage, whatever that is for you. Maybe it's hosting the webinar, launching the podcast, starting the workshop. We are in such a world right now, we have so much opportunity for all these things. Stop waiting for someone to hand you the mic and grab your own. Number 5, send the bold message. Instead of waiting for discovery, make a list of 10 dream clients or partners or collaborators or sales that you want and reach out with a clear, specific ask. Bold DMs beat quiet hopes every single time. Number 6, build your opportunity calendar. So don't let things just come to you. Create a calendar of events, of conferences, branding campaigns, or content sessions and get ahead of them. Pitch yourself into the cycles before it even starts. Number 7, set those rejection goals. Like Amrutha, she's like, as many rejections as I can get. Aim for 25 rejections a quarter. Why? Because it proves you're putting yourself in the game. So you can be like, yes, I'm rejected. I'm taking improv right now, so we celebrate every time we fail. So it makes me think of that. Each no is evidence of effort, and effort's what multiplies yeses. And number 8, replace manifestation with manufacturing. So don't just sit there and calling it in. Build it. Take aligned action. Write the email, post the post, make the call. Opportunities are manufactured through action, not just intention, not just woo-wooing. Although I love a little woo, I do. I love a little woo. And at the end of the day, waiting is a choice. And every time you sit back, every time you stay silent or you hope someone else notices you, you've chosen stillness. But what about just choosing yourself? That's where momentum really starts. That's where opportunity multiplies. So here's my challenge to you. Stop auditioning for other people's approval and start casting your own story. Whether it's sending the bold DM, following up just one more time, or pitching yourself to that stage, you're not waiting for permission anymore. You're moving and you're choosing. Because the people who win aren't the ones who waited. They're the ones who decided to go first.